Patrons inside Perry Park at the Bad Boys Cafe is open to the Unstead Bar. If we visit food or drinks throughout the match, Brisbane Strikers would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our major partner, FP Rating Solar. Contact FP Rating Solar today to sort out all your solar needs.
It's a top-of-the-table clash in the Football Queensland Premier League for your Saturday night viewing. A very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Perry Park for this Round 8 contest between Brisbane Strikers and Redlands United. I'm James Coughlin, here to bring you all the action on FQTV channels. I'm very pleased to be joined tonight in the booth by Adam Cattell. Adam, how are you going?
Thank you, James. Yeah, great to be here.
Yeah, it's shaping up as actually quite a nice night. It was looking a little bit threatening before, wasn't it?
It was. It's actually been quite a nice day weather-wise, so hoping for a really good game tonight.
Yes, definitely. And now we'll quickly run through the Strikers lineup as the teams prepare to come onto the pitch. The goalkeeper and captain is Luke Borean. Number 2, Jack Kabassi. 4, Sam Johnson. 6, Ethan Smith. 7, Felly Sheriff. 8, Josh Wilson. 11, Cody Maud. 15, Nick Piper. 17, Darcy Pearson. 23, Joshua Anderson. And 37, Jordan Farina. Adam, what are you expecting from Jordan Farina tonight? Obviously a player with plenty of pedigree and a pretty famous surname at the club to live up to as well.
He does indeed, doesn't he? Yeah, I've been really impressed with Geordie this season. Great free kick taker, so if there is a dead ball situation, yeah, looking forward to see what he can do.
All right, now for Redlands United, this is a lineup that Graham Harvey is going with. The goalkeeper, Joel De Cruz. Number 2, Dylan Brent. 6, Sam Langley. 7, Gil Santana. 8, Gabe Hawash. 9, Ben Njai. 10, Rio Amoto. 12, Noah Hitchcock. 13, Angus Broderick. 15, Liam O'Brien. And number 19, Ryota Sumiyoshi. And we'll keep with the attacking theme for this tonight, Adam. And, well, Rio Amoto, he is pretty much the engine that makes everything tick over for Redlands United.
He is indeed, yeah, he's definitely their main man. Also, Guy Santana as well. I think they've done well to retain his services this season, James. 11 goals last season in the NPL for him. So, yeah, expecting good things from those two.
And we were talking before we went on air as well about how Redlands, they've retained quite a bit of the squad when they were relegated from the NPL last season in a pretty dramatic final day contest that you saw up close and personal, but it is a rebuilding project out on the Bayside.
It absolutely is. Yeah, I was at that game where they just went down to a 1-0 defeat at Capalaba. It looked like they were going to pull off a great escape at one point, wasn't it? But it wasn't to be. But yeah, they've retained the large nucleus of their squad, and they've just been quietly going about their business this season, obviously sitting top place as it stands on goal difference. But yeah, for strikers, they've had a real overhaul of their squad. Yeah, but they're going well as well. So the last couple of games just picked up the 1 point from 6, but they'll be looking to bounce back tonight.
Yeah, well, strikers, they did have that pretty dramatic loss to Rochdale last Sunday, where they were down 4-3 with about 10 minutes to go, but something's going quite well there for Ved Begovic, where he had this side fighting right till the end, and they almost pulled off the comeback as we now prepare for kickoff. Just a reminder for you, this evening it is James Coughlin with you on the FQTV channels. As we prepare for kickoff with strikers going left to right, and I'm also very pleased to be joined by Adam Cattell. The referee for tonight's match is Martin Christoph, the assistants Shane McNichol and Alec Brown. We do just wait for Mr. Hristov to blow the whistle, and we will be getting underway. Quick predictions for you, Adam?
I'm going to go a score draw today, James.
There we go.
Score draw.
Hope that fence is nice and comfortable for you, and we are underway at Perry Park. And it is strikers once again reverting to their normal setup, and we do have the first free kick of the contest going the way of Redlands United, and all of 15 seconds. Hopefully that is not the tone setter for the next 90 or so minutes. Chance now for Redlands to try and put a bit of pressure and bring some options further forward. Langley just hanging back. It's that lofted delivery towards the penalty spot. And Njai, some balls for the handball, and that was heated. So strikers will get their first chance for a free kick, and Borean will restart play. And just looking at Luke Borean as well, I think probably raised a few eyebrows going to, and pretty heavy knock there on the left fullback, Cody Maud. But back to Luke Borean, raised a few eyebrows. He was in quite good form for Lions, and he wound up going to strikers.
Yeah, I'll be honest, James, it caught me by surprise, like I'm sure it did with a lot of people. Great pickup for the strikers, a goalkeeper of his calibre. Little surprised to see him drop down from the NPL, but yeah, must give his defence a lot of confidence knowing they've got a keeper of his calibre behind them.
And so experienced as well, and not afraid to go for a bit of a hero run from the back if given the opportunity.
Well, they say goalkeepers are crazy, don't they? And yeah, he doesn't mind coming forward when he needs to.
For sure. All right, now it is strikers coming down this near touch line as see Maud in the infield now for Wilson. Losing out in the battle for possession, and Amoto close to the ball, and it could break now for Njai, and that deflected off a strikers defender. Big partner is Sheriff, cutting it back. Here's Njai with the shot that's blocked. Amoto has it in the back of the net, and it looks like we've got the opening goal in the match. Redlands, the referee is going over to check with the assistant. You can just see the organised chaos there, as you can talk us through that, Adam.
Yeah, my first impression was he was offside. It looks like he's ahead of the defender. But yeah, I guess the referee's just going to consult his linesman, and
we will come back to live action now, and the offside is given. So false dawn for Redlands, but a nice reminder of how dangerous that front trio can be. And now Jordy Farina, he's in behind, and De Cruz is off his line well. Oh, it's all happening nice and early.
Got to catch my breath here. I think there might have been a flag up on Farina there as well, but yeah, quite a lot to take in that last 30 seconds there, James.
Okay, breathe. And we will be getting back underway with the restart from De Cruz, who has plenty of work in his young career with Redlands United, and Jai bringing it down, and another offside. I really hope no one's keeping tally of this at home.
Yeah, lively start, yeah. Hopefully a sign of things to come.
And we will have the correction coming up on the scoreboard as well. As it is still scoreless, as that clearance from Borean did clip the head of Njai. It's drilled into the roof of the Bill Waddle stand. And as we were saying in our introduction as well, and this is a top-of-the-table clash. Both of these clubs, 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat, 13 points. And I'm pretty sure we will have a fairly interested audience from up the range as well. Southwest Queensland level on points with these two sides as well, as they try and break through for promotion back into the National Premier Leagues as well, and they're on a bye this week.
They are on a bye, yeah, I saw that, so they will be definitely interested in the outcome tonight, and I think obviously Rochdale as well, who have beaten both of these teams, will be keeping an eye on proceedings.
Definitely, I'm sure they've got someone on the sideline up in Mackay, just ready with FQTV on the phone. And we now have a chance for Redlands with Dylan Brent to wind up for the long throw. He's got a nice wind-up track, I think is...
Yeah, he does have a bit of a run-up there, doesn't he? He can certainly get some purchase, I seem to remember, at the game last season, so we'll see what happens here.
And here comes a long throw into the box, looking for a friendly face. The strikers are able to clear it, but only as far as the top of the 18-yard box. Now out it goes back again for Brent. So flip it up towards teammate there in the box, but it is headed behind. Quite get the direction on that.
Yeah, good cross there from Brent. Yeah, difficult one for the player there with the header. Just tries to get in between the defenders, but just can't get the power on that one.
And a fair bit of respect shown as well by Cody Maud. He's no slouch when it comes to pace, but happy to back off Brent and just, try and encourage him to put the cross in. It will be Borean getting us back underway as goes short for Johnson, and the way strikers are lining up at him, and we'll come back to that in a second as Emoto has pinched the ball back well, and Langley, no compromise in midfield on Farina, and the ball is loose down this far side. Here come Redlands once again, looking to take the early lead. Beautiful little move in the box. And a little bit too much force applied on the strikers defender. And just looking as well, because I was able to do that Rochdale Strikers game last week, and seeing a bit of a formation change for the home side here tonight. It actually looks like Smith has come into midfield, and you've got Maud over to left back and Kabasi at right back, so a 4 this time.
Yeah, I mean, that could be because of the threats that Redlands do carry up front. Very impressed with Redlands' start, I've got to say. That they've got on the front foot straight away, look confident, and certainly look up for this game tonight.
It's on the line for both sides. It may only be early in the season, but every point matters when you're dealing with such fine margins. You are in the FQ Premier League, and here comes Wilson, just sizing up his options. Back it goes for Maud. On the same page as Farina. Here come Redlands on the counter-attack as Santana knocked over and taken quickly, trying to utilise that pace once again. Here's a Moto. But there was no way through the strikers' defence there. As see Johnson strong in the challenge as he concedes the corner.
Yeah, good tackle there from Johnson. It was a quickly taken free kick, which caught strikers on the hop there. But yeah, Johnson across there to cover well. Had to make sure he timed that one, or he could have been in trouble there.
Now for the corners, we'll get a in-swinging delivery. Players making that late run. A bit of a slip in the box, but here's Emoto. He fashions a little bit of space, finding the head of Njai. Ward saw what was coming, and then the strike from range is just a little bit high and wide.
Yeah, pretty worth a go. Worth a go from there. Didn't work out that time now.
There's quite a good bit of fence design there as well for Borean. Just having that gate there for him to access the footpath behind.
I see, don't need a ball boy, do they?
Perry Park, the home of football in Queensland, and we've seen some pretty memorable games there in the NPL and FQPL over the last few seasons, where we've had the grand finals. I distinctly remember the 2020 FQPL grand final at this venue. Went to extra time between Logan and Southwest Queensland as Logan won that. In the meantime, both of these sides will be looking to emulate the achievements of Logan in 2020 and Brisbane City in 2021 and finish on top, win the grand final and get themselves promoted back up to the top division, because they were both, of course, relegated last season.
Yeah, they were. They'll both be looking to make a swift return, won't they?
Although find me a relegated club that doesn't say that.
Well, exactly, yeah. I mean, but they've both got a fairly rich history in the NPL and probably think that it's there where they belong. Yeah. But yeah, you know, you need to earn your right to get there. So, and of course, 2 up this season, James, as well. So makes it a bit more interesting.
Long throw from Brent, targeting Njai. With the nod back in field, Sumiyoshi watches that one go by for Brent, and here he is, Ryota Sumiyoshi, with a little bit of footwork as he clips it in, and Borean just sees that one over his crossbar. And
yeah, nice bit of skill there, wasn't it? Just unfortunately couldn't find the cross there, but yeah, nice bit of footwork.
Langley just holding on to the ball and sending it out once again. Redlands feel like they can make something happen down this near side touchline, as that ball is in, and looks like Emoto was offside, and Piper hooks it clear.
Yeah, they've had a few passages of play down that right flank so far, James, and yeah, maybe a tactic there from Graham Harvey to sort of target that flank. But yeah, they're having a bit of joy down there at the minute.
Well, it's one of the nice initiatives of having all these games broadcast. It does allow the coaches both ways to do quite a bit of film study on one another.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And of course, it does give the fans plenty of access to these competitions. And they might get to see a goal here as Santana leaps for it. And lunging in midfield was Pearson. Now cross comes in once again, and Emoto there to chest it down. Strikers taking no chances, clearing it away, but Redlands turning up the heat at the moment. And they'll look for another pass forward as no getting by Jack Kabasi.
Yeah, I'm sure Graham Harvey will be very happy with the start his side have made, James. Just haven't allowed the strikers to settle. They've got the ball in the box a few times. They've been asking a few questions. So yeah, good start from Redlands.
Well, they just need to find a way to make this pressure count as well, because strikers, well, they've got plenty of attacking talent on their own, as there wasn't anyone near that clearance. It's just think about relieving the pressure, and here come Redlands. More just in his body there to impede Sheriff. Brent just nodding it inside as collision of high feet, and question at least being asked by Ethan Smith.
Strikers just need to get the ball to stick up top at the moment.
Yeah, Sheriff is just watching it so closely, and in the battle between the two number 7s, it's Sheriff and Santana just trying to make each other upstage one another, I beg pardon. Where you can see Santana there. Sheriff, it looks like he's playing as almost a isolated up top forward.
Yeah, he's certainly isolated is the word at the moment, yeah.
And now come back for another free kick in favour of the home side. And Christoph just sending Johnson back. It's going to be a drilled pass, as I think that one really went to plan. spraying it out wide. We've got goals aplenty coming your way around southeast Queensland tonight as Gold Coast United Lions, that is live on FQTV, and perhaps more importantly, if you are tuning into this game, available on demand. Hill clash continues as it's hooked forward now for Sheriff. It's just eschewed over the sideline. It's taken. And Redlands able to clear their line. Amoto just watching that over the sideline as well. And there are quite a lot of players with plenty of history with one another as well. I see a few names that you remember from that 2020 Logan side that Rick Coughlin got promoted as well. The aforementioned number 7, Santana and Sheriff were both key cogs in that lineup as well. And here comes strikers down that touchline, and a no-nonsense clearance behind by Hawash.
Yeah, it was a good ball that, wasn't it? Just putting the defence under pressure there and turning the defence around. They need to be doing that a bit more, strikers.
Just check the replay there, and a little bit of space for Pearson. Here's one of the ins for strikers tonight, having had the chance to feature. We didn't feature last week, as you also see Felly Sheriff was the other in from their starting 11 last week. Sheriff came in from the bench and had a pretty good impact at the end of the match. Looking for an impact from the start here as into the 6-yard box. Caused a few headaches, but back again for the delivery. Finding the head and saved by De Cruz. I think it was Farina with the header. This is the first shot on target for either side tonight.
Yeah,
Quarter of an hour in.
Yeah, really good cross in, and yeah, good header. I'd expect the keeper to save that one there, yeah, but good hands from the goalkeeper, and yeah, first real chance we've had.
It's a well-placed cross from the near touchline, and strikers going for a run. It's Kabasi for Farina. Keep the switch on. Here comes Anderson. He's got space ahead of him, and he'll now look for the ball in, and he'll find the head of a backtracking Brent, and behind it goes for another corner.
Yeah, really opened up for Josh Anderson there, James. Thought he might have maybe took it a little bit further, maybe to the byline and pull it back, but yeah, went for the early cross and there's one inside a corner here.
Sumiyoshi coming back to keep a very close eye on him. He's just decided maybe not to test the pace there of the recruit from QUT.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, might have had that in the back of his mind.
In comes the corner once again to that 6-yard box, and it's cleared off the line. Smith with the header. And another very, very near chance for strikers.
It was almost a carbon copy of the first header, wasn't it, James? That little flick towards the far post. And yeah, Redlands fortunately had the man on the line there to clear it. But yeah, strikers coming back into this one.
I just hear Mark Bosnich's voice in my head every single time. That's why you put a man on the post. And when you've got a goalkeeper with Premier League experience saying that's why you put a man on the post,
yeah,
might have a little bit of weight behind it.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, free kick on the way of strikers again, as thankfully after that early plethora of free kicks, we've had a bit more of an open and flowing game since, and we'll have a bit more of an open and flowing run here from Farina as he cuts back onto his right foot and tees up Anderson at the top of the box. It's a deflected shot, and another save there by De Cruz.
Yeah, they seem to have woken up, strikers, haven't they? Yeah, again, Farina with a bit of room to move in there. Yeah, good start. Yep.
Yeah,
Really good start.
Strikers now feeling their way into the game. It was around about this time last week against Rochdale where they came into it as well. They fell behind from an early Marek Madley goal, and then Farina got himself in a little bit of space behind the Redlands defence and was able to bury a pretty strong chance as Sheriff finding support. And now here comes Anderson. He's been huge for them, and he'll spray it out wide now for Farina, and had moored for support. Instead he'll go in for Sheriff, and he's battling the attention of a couple of white shirts. Cross from Kabasi. And Jai just putting the pressure on him more. He's got to use every little bit of pace to keep that one in, and he does. Forward comes Anderson and exchanging passes. Here he is on the ball again, trying to fashion a little bit of space, but Tsuyoshi and Brent not giving him enough room, and a bit of a sliced cross coming in. And Wilson bringing it under control as strikers look to reset and recycle. Just happy to have the ball in their possession for the time being. A little bit too hot for Kabasi to bring under control.
Yeah, strikers just starting to assert themselves now in the game, and yeah, really setting up for a good game tonight, James, by the looks of it. Yeah, strong start now from both teams.
End-to-end action, and certainly will have keepers being put to work as the night goes on.
Yeah, well, I did predict that score draw, so yeah, I think I'm going to stay with that prediction for now.
I honestly think you're really coming from a fairly logical place there with that. So
I hope so, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't have put you in the booth with me if you weren't. Now Maud. For Anderson, just playing quarterback for this striker side at the moment. Josh Anderson is directing strings, and that cross to the back post. And that was another near chance. You saw Pearson making the run and really fashioned that chance. Again, Anderson just sending it out wide. Cross from Kabasi.
Yeah, nice run there from Kabasi. And I thought that was maybe just going to drop in there at the far post for him, but
just wonders of depth perception as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Pearson making the run for what he would have been hoping would have been that opening goal of the season, or possibly dropping in for the right back Kabasi, who's, you know, this season was a pretty impressive long-range effort up in Mackay in the
Oh yes, it was at round one, yes, of course.
The only game that went ahead in what was originally scheduled as the opening weekend.
It was, wasn't it? Did he mean that one?
I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he did.
Yep.
And here is Kabasi. It was actually a night of worldies for Brisbane.
There was a few worldies that game, wasn't it? It was a bonkers game.
So the NPL and FQPL, they always deliver. Looks for the delivery himself, but got it to Farina, so back, and Pearson now looking for the cross in. It's their turn to try and claw a little bit of momentum back, as they've been under the pump in the last 5 or so minutes.
Yeah, it was almost like Redlands had the first 10 minutes and Strikers have had the second 10 minutes, yeah.
And thus far, we are still awaiting the breakthrough. Joel De Cruz made a couple of saves, as well as a clearance off the line. Strikers have had 3 chances. And the disallowed goal for offside. Cody Ward, he's another one of those interesting players as well, number 11 for Strikers. You just see him down the bottom of your screen here. They recruited him out of the NPL in South Australia, and talking to Strikers before the season as well, they described it was a perfect fit for what they want to do with the fullbacks that get forward and are just as attacking as they are defensive. You've got a fullback that can outrun just about every player on the pitch. It is a useful asset to have.
Of course, yeah, really important position. And yeah, good to have that talent there.
Pressure being applied by Santana, but Strikers switching it out to that far side.
He's done well there.
Having a little bit of control, but
yeah, that was a very difficult ball to take down there. Was it Kabasi, I think?
It was, yes.
Yeah, control with the head, which couldn't quite keep it in. Yeah, really difficult ball coming across there to try and bring it down.
Closing down and happy to force Strikers to have the throw in, although it is being signalled by the referee as a Redlands throw, so perhaps it must have taken a little bit of a touch.
Yeah, it must have done it. Strikers don't seem too happy with that decision.
No.
Just pushed off Kabasi.
Possibly, and well, that's the decision of the guy with the whistle, so that's what we're going to.
Decision counts, yeah.
You have as many lawyers as you want on your team, but there is only one judge, jury, and in some cases executioner. So And now the long throw in, coming out of the shadows underneath the western stand of Perry Park, or Parc de Paris it's known to some.
Absolutely.
So just resetting, we're halfway through the first half here. Still scoreless in this top of the table FQPL clashes. Perhaps a little bit much there of Sheriff and Farina. Kabasi with the throw in and really able to fashion any sort of clear-cut chance out of that, but they'll have another bite at the cherry as Smith clips it forward. Anderson on the turn and going to go 180 degrees on that turn as strikers try and break down what has been a relatively resolute Redlands wall.
Yeah, they're pretty well organised, as you'd expect from a Graham Harvey team. But yeah, they're certainly finding their groove now, the strikers, and starting to sort of knock it around a bit. So.
And I was saying, it is a very young, rebuilding project out at Redlands as well, trying to produce a lot of talent from that Bayside area as well. Look at some of the bios they've got on the club website as well. It's a lot of guys who, had played their junior football in the area, quite a few with Redlands or some of the other local clubs out there as well. And it is trying to make the best of the talent that they've got at their disposal.
Yeah, I think DeCruz being one of those players as well.
Now comes Broderick for the throw-in. Done a bit more defensive work than his compatriot on the other side.
Yeah, hasn't got as forward as Brent has he? No, not yet.
Part of the discipline trying to install there as that's brought under control by Santana, getting it back on the right foot. And there is the first save of the night for Luke Borean, and pretty routine one by his standards.
Yeah, it was. He took it down nicely, Santana, but yeah, just couldn't get the purchase on the shot there. But yeah, easy one for Borean.
And just a nice little reminder for strikers that from that range he is willing to shoot as well.
He is, and he's got a pretty good record against strikers. I think he scored a couple of goals here last season, in last season's fixture. So yeah, be looking to add to that.
Yeah, Brace at Perry Park when they met in the top flight last year. And he's headed over the sideline by Smith. Yeah, those two fixtures last year, Redlands, they were able to take 6 points from strikers. It was 4-0 at Perry Park in round 19, and out at the Cleveland Showgrounds, it was Redlands 3, strikers 2. Very, very dramatic game as well. Santana also scored in that match, so 3 on the season. Yeah. As the offside flag goes up against Brent. He's used to getting those offside flags in his favour at the other end of the pitch.
Absolutely, yeah, a bit of a disappointing one that. You can see the whole line. Well, it might have gone for a throw-in, I think, James.
Oh.
Yeah. It was just a miscontrol from Brent.
Farina gets clipped.
There's another foul.
United have got their deficit back to 1 goal against Wolves. I get really excited when I hear that goal bell go off in our headsets. Borean, I think his heart rate went above 50 there, despite
Probably
having two Redlands strikers bearing down on him.
Cool as you like.
And Walsh can't find the safety of the sideline, and will keep playing. It's put forward, chested down by Njai, but it could work out for the benefit of strikers with the outside of the foot pass from Smith. Here's Kabasi. He'll go for a run himself, skips past Redlands player and look to get by another, and he is clattered into there. whole lot of argument. Let's see. It's on the afterburners to by Santana. Coming over with the challenge. Looked like it was Hitchcock.
Pretty strong challenge. Maybe you've seen a card on another day there, James.
Yeah. I'm fairly certain there will be at least a handful of centre-backs watching saying, nothing in it, sir.
Of course.
Easy delivery coming with the left foot this time. Plenty of bodies to aim for. Piper in 15 might be the popular options, or Johnson, centre-back. As it's lofted in and finds the head of Piper, and that one is over the bar.
That was a good opportunity when she couldn't keep that header down again. Yeah, the delivery's good.
Strikers have to feel like they've got some sort of advantage from these dead ball situations as guys managing to out-jump Brent. Waiting for the breakthrough. The attacking talent we've got on here is Farina hitting it forward and hoping for Sheriff.
The linesman had flagged the wrong way there. I thought that
Yes.
definitely didn't take a nick, but
And Felly Sheriff not afraid to voice his opinion of that call. And right away, the assistant on the far side did say, "Yep, my bad." I think it all ended with a laugh, which is always what you want to see there. Is
of course. Quite the game going on at Virginia, James.
yeah. Definitely gonna have to go and check out that replay when I get home.
Definitely.
I was in here last week for the 4-4 game between Brisbane City.
Sunshine Coast, was it?
Yes, Sunshine
Yeah.
Coast was getting the updates. Now here come Redlands on the attack with the cross, and that could find the free header there, and it's saved by Bory, and it was Santana with the dangerous header.
I don't know if he's renowned for his heading, Santana there, but got the ball down, but yeah, again, just couldn't find the power, could he?
You could see what he was trying to do, just get it down low, try and force a bit of a tougher save out of Farina. As really unceremonious foul there, and it looks like we'll see a bit of a talking to for Smith. It looks like it will just be a talking to, as Smith going in a little bit late, as it were, and it's the last warning both ways now, it looks like. Strikers able to get their head to it, and Ward has got someone else to do the running for once, but can't quite get the direction on that. And here comes the captain Langley, and that is going to be a yellow card for Sam Langley with a lunge in, and check out the replay of that as well. As it's just a bit of a heavy touch.
Yeah, just a heavy touch and he's stretching. Maybe he's a little bit unlucky there, James. But yeah, there's our first card of the evening.
And it's the first time Martin Christoph will be going to his notebook, and will be Langley getting the ticking off. For a handball, but not heated. More a chance to restart play. The throw in as he's got some options making runs in front of him, but nothing to his liking just yet. Pearson, he was perhaps a little bit impeded, but it was just a case of numbers winning out for Redlands. The ball back for his side. Tries to dispossess O'Brien, but and it doesn't really amount to much as Broderick's pass was just a little bit heavy there for Santana.
It was nice turn of pace to get past the strikers player, but yeah, just not on the same wavelength there with Santana that time.
Boring will now be going to reset play as we do have a couple of chances now. They're getting a little bit harder to come by, aren't they?
Yeah, the game has settled down a little bit now, James, and yeah, less goal-mouth action.
The strikers look like they've settled into their different setup. They were a back four towards the end last week, but it just wasn't quite. It was probably a little bit of a panic. They were trying to get back from 4-1, and also now they're just a bit more clear on what's going on as well, as we've got the advantage for the free kick. And now here comes Pearson down this near touchline, cutting it back onto his right foot and firing into the body of Brent, and effort by Wilson just to keep possession in favour of the home side. It's going to be pretty momentous year at Perry Park, where strikers are in fact celebrating 25th anniversary of that NSL Grand Final. That was a very strong challenge there, and Redlands not too pleased with that as we've got a player still down. And now here comes Sheriff, and strikers continuing to play on for the time being. It looks like he's back up and moving now, but it is Rio Omoto who is down as the cross comes in. It's a one-on-one matchup at the back post, headed back across by Maud, and De Cruz is off his line. So quite a bit of action to just decipher there.
Yeah, I'm not sure, is Omoto back on his feet?
He is on his feet.
Yeah.
You can just see him moving into the centre circle of the pitch. And focus now set on Gil Santana. Forward for Njai. Able to win the race for the ball, but lose out on the contest.
Defender did well there. He wasn't buying that one there, the attempted nutmeg.
He's trying to link up with Sheriff, who goes out for the throw-in, I believe, there, as that was tackle not really befitting of Felly Sheriff's position as a striker tonight.
Yeah, he just couldn't quite keep it in, could he? Because if he had, there would have been a big chance on there, possibly.
O'Brien forward, but a bit too much power on that for the two Redlands attackers. That one came off well generously. We call that the shoulder of Jordan Farina. He might have been saved by the line of sight there. The battle for the ball between Sumiyoshi and Wilson. And Sumiyoshi now just can't quite get the angles on his pass correct.
No, yeah, it was a bit of a pull on that, wasn't it?
Lord. Up inside Farina. He's able to release it there as he's felled, and now here comes Anderson as he plays it off for the corner. We're now going to come back for the yellow card on Broderick after the sliding in on Farina. That's what we had the advantage for, and now we're going to have a bit of a discussion now with Graham Harvey. He got a talking to by the referee last week. For the referee to lay down the law, and it will be a yellow card for Harvey. There you go, no nonsense.
No nonsense at all, yeah. I think this referee might have been in charge of the Capella Redlands game at the end of last season, and I think there was a Redlands player sent off in that game, James.
Yeah,
so yeah, a little bit of history with the Redlands team.
Possibly, and now we will return to the action on the pitch. It's now 3 yellow cards for Redlands. Corner looking for Johnson at the near post, and Instead, it will eventually land for Redlands to clear their line. But they could come under pressure once again as Sheriff is going through the back of O'Brien. So by the very unofficial tally, I'm keeping on the desk here. 7 free kicks, 1 for strikers, just 4 for Redlands. Considering we had about 4 total in the opening 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So a little bit of that pre-game hype is worn off and the guys are settling into their jobs.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah, it was a pretty frenetic start from both teams in the opening 15-20 minutes, but yeah, certainly settled down since then.
Flipped forward and Sumiyoshi with the cross there, and foul is given against Njai. Comes to
Nice ball from Brent there, just to release Sumiyoshi.
I think
Difficult for the striker to do anything with that at the pass, to be honest.
I do think he was going for the ball there, nothing
Yeah,
malicious.
I think it was a genuine attempt, wasn't it?
It was just a case of the defender filled the space where the ball was.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. The defender was across to cover well and took a whack for his troubles.
Although in true defender fashion, you're not able to show any knocks or anything.
Oh, of course not, no. Hard as nails.
You weren't a defender, were you?
I was, yes. Back in my day, which was a long time ago.
And Brent just launching it forward again as Hamoto's chasing it down and just putting enough pressure on Johnson to over the sideline. Sizing up options and able to play a well-weighted pass now for Santana. Santana to the byline, able to find Sumiyoshi, and that shot is blocked. Brent, and he's now knocked out there. It's a 5th free kick one as Wilson away, and I think some of the Redlands players might be asking, excuse me sir, where is the yellow card for that?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. They worked it well there, Redlands, didn't they, to get that chance there. Was it Amato with the shot at the end?
Oh, Sumiyoshi.
Sumiyoshi, sorry, but yeah, defender came across to cover. But yeah, nice little passage of play there from Redlands.
And it does look like Redlands are going to be...
Oh, there you go.
And I think I may have heard the Redlands bench with the Bronx cheer for that.
A bit of sarcastic applause coming out there.
It's the only kind of applause I know. And Sheriff just discussing with O'Brien the placement of the free kick. This is that interesting sort of range where if you hit it well enough, you're probably going to be able to cause a fair few headaches from the goalkeeper, but do you just go for the little clip in towards that area around the corner of the 6 yard
just want to put it in that sort of corridor of uncertainty, don't you? And yeah, just ask questions at the striker's defence. We'll see what.
And it is an angle well suited for the left-footed delivery of Liam O'Brien. Borean, I don't think he's entirely happy with Sheriff's
he'll
placement.
certainly tell them, won't he?
Like any good goalkeeper should. So O'Brien, he'll flip it towards the back post, and Johnson just playing it safe and sending it behind for a Redlands corner.
Yeah, he had to did well there, Johnson, because he had Dylan Brent steaming in there at the far post. So had to get a touch on that one.
Ones were being made to the back post, and we heard the footsteps as Alan goes behind for Redlands corner. Goes to the near post, looking for the flick on, but Anderson is there to clear it away, and there's O'Brien, who finds himself robbed of possession by Pearson, and strikers looking to move very quickly, and Sheriff, who is taken out in fairly unceremonious circumstances. A little bit of work by Pearson to nick the ball away.
No card this time by the looks of it, James.
No, I don't think so, and looks like we'll be Just continuing to play once Sheriff is able to retake his position. And it is Jonathan Smith just asking the question as Redlands did back down the other end, but nothing being done about that. As you know, it is, I suppose, fairly cynical play, but it is also, from a defender's perspective, very smart play as well, because Sheriff, if he had have gotten into space, could have been in all sorts of trouble, but they do now have to defend this free kick that's launched into the box. Farina with the header, and Maud sliced the shot. Had he gotten that one on target, that one would have been travelling, as well. The free kick, it's actually Borean taking it.
It was. Yeah, nice flick on, and just fluffs his line there. At the wrong time, doesn't he? Cody Maud be disappointed with that one.
And I think he probably got his head up a little bit too quickly there. And
yeah, I think he's just snatched at that a bit, hasn't he, James?
He has. But another chance goes begging for strikers. Looks like he could be heading in for a scoreless first half, despite plenty of end-to-end action. Although perhaps not if Johnson has anything to say about that. And a free kick now going Walker's way after Santana was the judge who committed a foul there. Looks like Santana has come off second best from that challenge. Inside, and Moto and Smith might have lost their footing there, and fairly hefty challenge there by Smith, and that could potentially want a bit more talking to, but Smith is removing himself from the scene of the crime as quickly as he can. Stepping forward is Brent. He'll have the time to size up the cross, and via a deflection off the head of Piper, it did eventually reach and Jai.
Yeah, again, it's a good delivery there from Brent. To be fair to the Strikers' defence, they dealt with that pretty well, but yeah, another good ball in.
Here comes Brent now. I feel like this is in that range for the long Corona as we now reach first half stoppage time. Probably have about a minute or so added on.
Wouldn't expect too much, James, now.
It's the top of the 18-yard box, and coming, just skipping by the challenge of Pearson and rising up the shot from range. Nothing doing there, so we'll go for the up and under. So we've got another free kick for strikers. Kabasi finds himself on the ground and played on quickly, and ball back, and to get it. Looks like Farina might have just lost his footing, and the flag is going to go up there against Santana, and just had a bit of an inkling that that was coming. To that right flank, and one last free kick for the first half potentially. This is about the range they caused plenty of drama with that chance to Maud a couple of minutes ago.
It was. I'm just looking if Bareen's coming up this time.
Don't know if he's taking it, but I'm sure he's coming up. One of the more interesting characters we've got here in the Sunshine
He is
State.
indeed, isn't he? Yes.
He goes forward. Farina competing for the header, and that is going to the end of a scoreless but very, very entertaining first half, Adam. It's been a bit of an arm wrestle so far, but chances each way.
Yeah, arm wrestle, that's a good way of describing it, James. Yeah, real ding-dong here. I think Redlands came out the blocks pretty well first 10 minutes. Obviously disallowed goal from Mamoto, and yeah, they really weren't allowing strikers to settle. But yeah, credit to the strikers, they found their groove in the end and came back in and fashioned a couple of chances themselves. So yeah, really set up for a cracking second half, hopefully.
Definitely, and we're looking forward to bringing you the second half on FQTV. We'll be back with you after these messages.
They say you can't choose your family, but you can choose your football family. A family has legends you look up to. And the up-and-comers. A family pitches in and works together as a team. We have the ones who keep us in check, and we motivate each other to be the best. Be the best! But it's my brothers and my sisters who always have my back. That's why even my real family love my football family. So what are you waiting for? Join our team. Come on!
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Vito Sports pride themselves on delivering top-quality FIFA regulation-compliant goals. Each goal is made from durable, high-density, thick aluminium and then finished in a white powder coat. To provide quick delivery, Vito Sports stock all goals in this range within their Brisbane distribution warehouse, allowing customers to quote, order and deliver in a matter of days. If you'd like to inquire about the Vito Sports goal range, email us at admin@vitosports.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to Perry Park for this FQPL clash between Brisbane Strikers and Redlands United. James Coughlin and Adam Cattell with you on FQTV. It is scoreless so far, but Adam, no shortage of action. What are we looking for in the second half?
Yeah, look, I'd like to see Jordi Farina get involved a little bit more. I think he was just on the periphery a little bit towards the end of that first half, so I'd like to see a bit more from him. And yeah, hopefully we get a goal, James, and it'll really set us up nicely.
For sure, and I'm sure there will have been quite a few tactical changes as well, with both sides looking to take sole possession of top spot in the FQPL at the end of the weekend. It is first against second. South West Queensland can't really do a whole lot other than just sit back and watch on their bye round. And here we see Gil Santana making a run down that far touchline, and it does look like we actually do have a change for Redlands United. I can see number 11, Ryan Hughes, on the pitch, and looks like he will have replaced Angus Broderick, who did pick up a yellow card in the first half. Goes there, and ball is played to the back post, and Borean, no choice there but to tip it over.
Yeah, that long throw in again and comes back to Brent. Yeah, Borean just has to see that over the bar.
Looks like that's been a little bit of a... I think we're starting to see a bit of the tactical switch from Graham Harvey at halftime. Broderick withdrawn. Redlands now look for the opening breakthrough, and that header is flicked on, now played back. Amoto sends it into the feet of the Strikers defenders. And there is the substitute Hughes coming on. For the infringement. Strikers get their free kick. They did have, officially by my count, or unofficially by my count, 10 free kicks in the first half as Redlands just tried to break up the Strikers' run of play. There were a few, I would say, well thought out fouls committed as well.
Tactical fouls, of course.
Lord. Now finding Farina. Back it goes more inside. And the shot taken and just snatched at a little bit as it goes wide there from Felly Sheriff.
Yeah, it was a nice pass into Sheriff, actually. I think they might have been expecting the cross there, and yeah, like you say, James, he's just snatched at that one a little bit.
There on the turn, and just maybe expecting the defenders to be a little bit closer to him.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit more time there than what he thought.
So in terms of a tactical switch for Redlands as well, Liam O'Brien looks like he's now gone into that left-back role. And we've seen Hughes coming into the midfield. And out it goes for O'Brien to get that left foot behind the ball, and Borean decided to stay on his line there as Amoto leapt up, but just a little bit too tall for him.
A little bit, yeah, just need a few extra inches there, didn't he, Amoto?
I know all too well. Anderson forward, and here come Strikers through Wilson. He just has up his options, and Kabasi with the cross towards the back post, and Farina levelled the Redlands defender, but no free kick.
I was expecting a free kick there, James, but no, play continues.
Deflection could break now for Farina, but can't escape Gabe Hawash. Over it goes is Piper. Salting ball, just escaping Felly Sheriff just a little bit. Allowing to Cruz to into the night sky, and Harvey there just trying to rev up his team. Short of a motivational tactic, Graham Harvey's a decorated coaching career, and he's got to watch as his side goes on the defensive as Sheriff gets it over the back, and Farina just bring himself around to track that ball.
Bit frustrated there, Farina, I think. He just can't quite get into the game at the moment.
He has had a frustrating night. A lot of his touches have come with his back to goal and just not in that range where he really can do his best work. It almost feels like Redlands have identified him as that sort of danger man where if they can slow him down, it's a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, they've snuffed him out pretty well so far.
Well, the one player I'm on the Redlands bench that I'm keeping an eye on as well as number 23, Anderson, as he is on the ball now. And when Strikers had that dominant patch in the first half, he was the one pulling the strings. It's Cody Maud coming forward and able to escape the attention there as now they're coming forward. It's Njai. He's got the centre back Hitchcock there, and fairly blunt foul committed by Johnson.
Yeah, I had just a second look there to see that was Noah Hitchcock actually bursting through the middle there. And
Johnson with no other option in the end as he...
Yeah, again, and I think maybe Njai's maybe just asking the question, the referee there, about a card.
We would have 3 yellow cards shown to Redlands players in the first half, just the one for Strikers. We have Langley, Broderick, and the coach, Graham Harvey.
Of course, yes, Graham Harvey as well.
And then Wilson getting one for Strikers. Here comes now opportunity for the free kick. I believe it's O'Brien standing over it there with Langley as well, just discussing options. Captain making his voice heard.
I think Hitchcock may be a target here on the far stick as well.
Will go himself and just fizz it over Borean's bar.
Always frustrating for the centre half who's come up for the free kick just to see it go over the bar there.
And it looks like we'll have a break in play now for the substitution.
Substitution for Brisbane Strikers coming off the field, number 7, Billy Sharif. He's replaced by number 9, Mustafa Jafari.
There we go, thanks to the ground announcer as well, just for confirming what our eyes are showing us as well. Fairly Sheriff withdrawn after 53 minutes of work. Coming on in his place, Mustafa Jafari. It's pretty much a like-for-like change up top as well. Jafari got a goal last week.
He did, yeah. A little surprised to see him on the bench today, but yeah, I think just a straight swap there.
Now here comes Santana, and with no other real options at hand, it's nodded behind for a corner.
He's done really well there, Santana. I mean, his pace and his directness, it does cause problems for defences, and gets the better of 2 men there, doesn't he? And yeah, they have to concede the corner.
Get ready for another in-swinging corner. As Borean's one of the stronger keepers, so that delivery can't be too close to him. As here it comes in once again, and looking for the head, and it's Hawash that was the closest Redlands player.
It was, yeah. I'm not sure if he saw that late, James.
I think,
But just sort of got a glance on that header.
Making the run there is Piper's leap. Might have just put him off a little bit
I think so, yeah. Maybe the defenders there in close proximity couldn't get a clean contact on the ball.
Returning to live action with Borean's goal kick as Pearson can't quite keep that one in. O'Brien will get things back underway, and still just waiting for that breakthrough at the moment. Skipping forward. There's O'Brien once again, just waiting for an option to present itself. There's Njai that was the target, but slight miscontrol.
Yeah, O'Brien leaving that one there for Brent, so no prizes for guessing what's going to happen next.
So tall timber coming forward for Redlands, and Brent fires it into the box and finding a crowd of players at the near post. Jafari can't bring it under control with Hughes as the two substitutes battle for the ball. Langley. Sumiyoshi. The attention of Smith, but he's able to create just enough space there and just over the head of Njai, and Redlands going close on a couple of occasions now. It's Jafari trying to chase this down, and De Cruz spilled that as it came into his hands, but he was able to gather it and roll it out.
Ian just looking to start the quick counter-attack there. Actually, it was nearly turned out into a really good ball back.
Almost did, and now Hughes sees that one over the sideline for a throw-in, and Harvey handing the ball to Brent. Reading that one well was Johnson to just cut out the attack before it can really get too far in. Here comes another throw, and this time once again from the shadows of the stand at Perry Park. There goes Njai getting up there as well, and that was just not quite with enough purchase to reach a moto.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got someone in your team who can throw a ball in like that, it can be such a useful weapon. I think strikers have largely dealt with the long throw quite well today so far. But
well, two centre-backs are quite strong in the air, and we've seen them have plenty of success off the corners as well. But it is just strikers, they are going to come under plenty of pressure, because Redlands, they're not afraid to use what they know, or not to play to what they know their strengths are.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not scared to go direct when they need to, and ask questions of the strikers' defence there.
What has been a remade strikers' defence, but it is still trying to find its best combination. Not in the squad tonight is Bez Akbari, and he came off the bench after about half an hour last week against Rochdale. Came on for Kabasi, who is back in the starting lineup tonight, and also, as we mentioned in the first half, swapped to a back four this time around, with Smith going from that left wing back role into the centre of midfield, but it's still been quite impactful in the outcome of the game so far. That is Ethan Smith.
Barrene's distribution is so good for the side.
I think it just helps that he is so calm on the ball. And I know we've joked about stereotypes a couple of times tonight, but he's definitely going against the stereotype of a goalkeeper, or the old stereotype of a goalkeeper.
The old stereotype. Keepers do have to be good with their feet now, don't they? The modern day goalkeeper, but obviously he's a pretty good outfield player, Luke Barrene, actually, because his passing's excellent.
Pearson goes down and wins a free kick there, despite protestations from the Redlands group. Ball played forward there, and Pearson, the third man in, has just got his legs tangled there, potentially with Hitchcock.
It was coming together, didn't it? But chance there for strikers.
And Pearson is still down. Wilson now getting to play the outfield attorney with Luke Borean wearing the captain's armband. I would say about 70 metres back down the pitch, but he's probably only about 30.
He's probably halfway, isn't he? Yeah.
It was the fun part of watching him when he was playing for Lions there, where he'd be up in the centre circle just with the lollipop, but looks like he's ditched that for his move to Perry Park. So now we're keeping an eye on Anderson as he's just sizing up his options. with Piper potentially. That one quite.
Just overhit that one there, Anderson.
That went where he was hoping it would. As an hour played here at Perry Park, still scoreless. As Strong coming together and well won there by Redlands. Here's Njai. Rides the first challenge, which Pearson, could see he's okay after copping that knock a little bit early.
Yep. Yeah, just had a little kick there, I think.
It's been one of those times where he was going for the ball, it was just moving a little bit too fast. As Magpies Crusaders get one back in their game up in central Queensland.
So if Rochdale win and this game remains a draw, James,
that'll be very good news for Rochdale.
It would be, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Left in the box and met by the head of a player in yellow, and we've got a penalty. Check the replay there, not a whole lot of protest from the Strikers players. At the back post, and it was Anderson is the one that gave it away, and I don't think there's a whole lot you can really argue with that.
I mean, look, it's one of those, isn't it? If it happens anywhere else on the pitch, it's a free kick, so
it will be.
Yeah, penalty.
And it will
pushing
be
the back, and it's got to be given. Big chance here for Redlands.
Definitely, and no three-letter acronym that may be considered a curse word by many football fans in the FQ competition. So the referee's decision will stand. And Borean is picking up a yellow card. Nobody would have said to have earned that. Anyway, it is Rio Emoto for his 4th goal of the season against Borean. Strikers locals trying to make themselves heard and possibly put Redlands Starman off. Moto off the run up and puts it into the bottom corner, and Redlands lead at Perry Park. Rio Emoto from the spot, cool, calm and collected.
It's a really good penalty, James, isn't it? I mean, Berean does go the right way, but he gets that ball far enough into the bottom corner that, yeah, he's not going to get there, the goalkeeper. Yeah, great penalty, and
there we go. Redlands now have the lead. Didn't they enjoy that?
Yeah, disappointing for Strike. It's such a really soft penalty to give away with the Emoto going away from the goal. Anderson will be really disappointed with that one, but yeah,
he's got
all to do.
30 odd minutes to make amends for it, and it does feel like that's what this game was just waiting for, that chance to really break things open as Strikers get us back underway, looking for what they hope will be an instant reply. The turf monster tripped up Wilson. Redlands with a chance to go on the attack as they try and advantage the visitors. As it is early in the season, Adam, but these are sorts of games that you will be looking back on in a few months and go, oh, that's why these sides are where they are on the ladder, or so-and-so's ahead of so-and-so.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it could prove to be quite a significant 3 points come the end of the season, James. Might sound silly saying that after, what are we, round 7? 8? Yeah, but yeah, it could prove quite significant.
Yes, it is round 8. I just had to double check
that, yeah.
Sent over the sideline, and just be looking to pin the hosts back in this corner of the pitch. And now Borean, he's off his line now, and if they saw that, they have the space for it, and Jai, Langley now sending it out wide. signals for offside there by Hawashis. Jafari can play it off Hitchcock for the corner. Over comes Anderson, and he did give away the penalty there, but if he can find the right delivery, I'm
Chance
sure
to make amends, yeah.
they'll be crowding the bodies around the young keeper, Joel De Cruz. He's capable of a spectacular save, and he might be called on there as he gets a hand to the ball. It just punched away, and wait for the signal. It looks like it is going to be a goal kick. Bit of organised chaos in the box.
It was, wasn't it? Like you say, he is sort of crowded out there, De Cruz, but to his credit, he comes and gets a glove on that. I mean, he doesn't look like the tallest of goalkeepers. I'm sure he's sick of people telling him that, but he does really well there.
But the games I've seen him play, he does have really good reactions.
Yeah, very agile keeper.
And he is very confident as well, and not afraid to take the space that he as a goalkeeper is entitled to as well. He's got a pretty good boot on him.
I was just going to say, he's a pretty good goalkeeper.
Sumiyoshi flipping it forward, and Santana just playing it into the arms of Piper. He's good enough for...
Yeah, just couldn't get his hand out the way there, Piper, could he? Another chance here for Redlands to get the ball in the box.
And with the handball rule being what it is, there's not really a whole lot of debate.
What is it at the minute? It seems to change from week to week.
Redlands looking to double their advantage as it was played into the back post. A pair of Strikers players there to clear it, and Langley, he's fouled there, and that was Pearson, the infringing party, and this is the right sort of range for Redlands.
Yeah, absolutely. Sort of, what are we, 20, 25 yards out, bang centre a goal, really, by the looks of it. I think
Langley was the first one.
A few people queuing up there to take it. Might be a bit of a fight to who gets hold of this ball here and gets to take it.
Bit of a procession of players there, so looks like Santana is ceding responsibility, but you did still have Sumiyoshi, Njai, Langley.
I think it might be Njai, by looks of it.
And Rio Omoto just hovering around as well. And they're giving himself a right and a left-footed option because this is a fairly central spot, but I always felt like the player that put the ball down was going to be the bit of a giveaway.
I was thinking Njai, but it could be the left foot of a Mouthouse, though.
Or Langley off
or
the
Langley, maybe, yeah. Well, Mouthouse seems to be walking on.
Njai stepping up, striking it, getting it around the wall, tipped onto the post, and the bounce of the ball, as well as the offside flag, would have denied Santana there, but Borean, he had to be alert to the danger.
He did. I just wondered, did he get a hand on this?
I think he might have, but either way, the two on-rushing Redlands players. Now we could be in again, a loose touch. Here's Omoto, and he's put it through and doubled Redlands' advantage against the run of play. So a double for Rio Omoto, and aren't they loving how this is going tonight?
My goodness, it's just a total mess up in the defence, isn't it? And Omoto says thank you very much. Can't believe his luck. Still had a little bit to do and does it well. But yeah, second for Redlands.
So there you go, a couple of just nervous moments at the back there for Strikers, and next thing you know, Redlands have a 2-goal lead in the space of about 8 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they've just been given 2 gifts, James, haven't they, with the penalty and with that.
So there you go. Well, Strikers, they did pull off the late show last week. I'm going to keep going back to it.
They did.
And coming on now is the monster of a forward, Dean Hasanovic.
Yeah, big unit.
You will not miss him anywhere. Just double check who he came on for. I get the feeling it might have been Darcy Pearson perhaps, but another cheap giveaway there. Redlands, they're looking right up and about at the moment as well.
Rio Omoto, he's got the bit between his teeth, haven't he? Just sliding in there to prevent that pass. On a hat-trick now, of course.
Yeah, and that attacking trio, you've got Njai, Sheriff, and Rio. They've really come into their own in the last 10 or so minutes. And it is a full team effort. looking forward for Stevich to try and bring down, but nothing coming in. I believe it was Pearson who was the one withdrawn. There we go. Good save force there by De Cruz. Turnover in midfield. Farina.
Yeah. Gets across well, the keeper.
There we go. So that is, by my count, the first shot on target for the Strikers in the second half. With Strikers pushing the bodies further forward, they are going to have to make sure that they don't leave themselves vulnerable at the back. Free kick now going the way of Redlands, and a good kick off here is Cody Maud.
That looked like a late one, that. Was it?
Was on Rio as
Cody
quickly
Maud,
check the replay. And Maud definitely late on Rio as just some friendly discussions are taking place between the players and the referee, and so we have to mark. So Maud will be talking to the referee, and Maud just offering a bit of a defence to Langley.
Seems to have calmed down quite quickly.
Bit of a flashpoint, but
Thought it might have just balled over there. I think Graham Harvey, he's on the yellow card, of course, just having his say as well.
See the assistants there just checking in as well, and Santana just continuing the dialogue. Has to keep his head about him as well. Don't do anything crazy, and now we will have the chat with the referee and his assistant.
Redlands just got to keep their heads there, James. They don't want to be getting the player sent off.
And here comes Santana. It looks like he's going to... Looks like it will be Maud and Santana getting ticking offs. I think Maud's only real protest is... Well, it was meant to be that tough, as yellow's going both ways there, so... Few bookings in this one.
Yes, there have been, flurry of cards. Redlands have just got to keep their heads really, James, and they want to keep 11 players on the pitch and try and see this game out now, which would be quite a significant 3 points for them. So
that it would be. So they've got 5 targets to aim for, or 4 now. Is back up on his feet, is just stepping back a little bit. And in comes the delivery, looking for Hawash, but Emoto, just that's a safety net to mop up as Rochdale extend their lead up in Mackay. And goes in and finding the head there, and it was the centre back Hitchcock who had stayed forward.
I think he should score, James.
Well, he'd found the space right between the two defenders.
He got right in between them.
He's able to jump in front of Johnson by the looks of it as the ball comes in, and just caught out.
Yeah, I think he'd be disappointed he hasn't scored there.
And Farina is clipped from behind by Hitchcock. I think a chance to maybe take some frustration out.
Possibly, yeah.
Strikers just searching for answers. Really forced De Cruz into a whole lot of drama since about the 20th minute mark, I think.
Yeah, I mean, what De Cruz has that to do, he's done really well. But, he hasn't really been called into action too much.
The question now for Ved Begovic is, does he want to think about maybe trying to find a way to bring another attacking body on, potentially?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got to go for broke now, James, hasn't he?
So the two outfield players left on the bench. They do have the reserve goalkeeper, Zach Galea. We've got Charles Slaney, he's a midfielder, and he is someone that can offer a little bit of creativity going forward. And so we've got Thomas Ross, but possibly just injecting Slaney into that midfield might be something that they'd have to think about.
Yeah, I think they've got to do something, haven't they? Because Redlands are pretty comfortable at the moment. Yeah, I'd expect maybe we'll see another change shortly, James, to be honest.
A quarter of an hour to go. Kavasi, Ipswich Knights. Just gives that one forward, and Hasanovic and Jafari, the substitute attackers, able to win the throw-in as much as Hitchcock disagrees with it. And actually, it's like the ball's dropped for a free kick, which actually does probably explain a little bit more of the protestations. Wilson, can he find the right delivery towards that near post? And it's nodded on by Farina.
It's a good effort from Farina because he's got to do a lot with that header. It's almost sort of behind him, isn't it? And he's got the defender, in very close proximity.
But look at the position he started his run. Maybe the delivery is meant to be just a little bit closer to the byline, but when you're running away from goal, it is very hard to...
Extremely hard to execute that header. He actually does quite well to nearly get that on target. First we've really seen from Farina in a while.
In that sort of attacking sense, definitely. He's been a bit of a link-up man so far for strikers this year as well. In spite of scoring 5 goals and leading the club, it feels like he would have had quite a few assists as well in that time this season as well. And the offside flag going up there against Santana. And just if you are playing at home as well in terms of club goal-scoring leaders, the brace for Rio Emoto tonight is now putting level on 5 with Gil Santana.
Yep.
So I'm sure both of those two will be pretty eager to stay on the pitch and try to find the way back into it. But for the time being, trying to find the way back into the match.
Should be an interesting battle for the top scorer in FQPL 1 with obviously Madley at Rochdale as well, yeah.
Scoring for fun, Marek.
He is, yeah.
A bit of ball control there, able to get the chance for the cross, and Hasanovic.
Thought he was going to line up the acrobatics there, James, which would have been...
It would have
been quite something, wouldn't it?
I think that definitely would have made the FQ goals of the week highlights.
Yeah, just then I thought he was going to just line up that bicycle kick perhaps, but no, I couldn't quite.
The level I played that, I tried that and I dislocated a hip and I'm out for $6. I think that's why I'm in the booth with the microphone.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Redlands to rub further salt into strikers' wounds. I promised myself I wouldn't go for the bad pun of saying striker further blow.
No, glad you didn't.
Ball out for Smith, but there's no one there for strikers. And they're back on the defensive again. O'Brien trying to fashion a chance with that left foot. Sinovic. It's not the end of the pitch he really wants to be operating. It's a beautiful ball forward, and Njai just slides it over.
Just trying to get something on that one, the head. Not quite.
Here's Farina, who's battling in midfield with Langley, and once again Langley not too impressed with the decision, and Strikes will play it quickly, but some alert work by O'Brien is going to have another substitution now. A double change actually for Strikers, so assuming I have the correct options in front of me, it will be Slaney and Thomas Ross coming on. Looks like it is.
Strikers coming off the field, number 23, Josh Anderson, as well as number 11, Cody Ward. They're replaced by number 5, Charlie Slaney, and number 12, Tom Ross.
we go. So once again, the ground announcer just giving us a little bit of the assist there as these guys come on. We've got about 10 minutes plus whatever stoppages are added on to make their presence known. So Anderson withdrawn and Maud as well. It's been a bit of a frustrating night all around for strikers. And actually, they would have felt like this would have been a great chance to put down a statement for them. It was going to be really hard to replicate what City did last year, just steamrolling the FQPL. And I don't think that would have been a reasonable expectation for anyone. But strikers definitely feel like this is going to be a good year for them to get back up straight away after the relegation. But looks like they could be consigned to a defeat here as that shot from Ross is blocked away. And now it is Santana on the counter-attack, but he can't quite keep that one in on the sideline. So,
yeah, I think you're definitely right, James, about strikers. And yeah, it would have been a real big statement to come out tonight and take the 3 points. And now it's looking like they're only going to take 1 point from their last 9. You know, and they're looking over their shoulder now, aren't they?
Yeah. They do still have the squad, and I think, you know, it's not blowing smoke to suggest that they do have the talent that...
Of course they do, yeah.
You're not going to panic just yet as well, but this is a results-driven business, and sure they'll be looking for answers sooner rather than later, and they'll be hoping that Kabasi can provide some sort of answers. Push forward, and Hasanovic is back to goal on the turn. He'll get it on his left foot, fire it away, blocked by Hawash. And Moto clipping it forward for Sheriff. Got Njai for support, but unable to get by Johnson. Forward, and Johnson forward, and De Cruz alert to the danger off his line. Well, and Lining is not doing my perception of the 18-yard box any favours.
No, it's not. Happy just to eat up a few seconds there, isn't he, the goalkeeper?
Yeah, and again, it's, you know, everyone here in Brisbane knows what can happen with a 2-0 scoreline in the final 10 minutes of a match.
Of course, yes.
But yeah, it is going to be. You do worry. You don't want to sit on the lead too early as well. You want to make sure you keep pushing. And I think the fact that the Redlands still have guys like Santana on the pitch, they're definitely not going to.
Especially if strikers are going to push up now, they're going to leave themselves exposed to that pace of Santana, aren't they?
Well, sure. And Emoto with the closing down, he's able to keep it in, but just can't outmuscle Johnson for the ball as Smith is dispossessed, and it falls there and shot straight at Borean as Njai. I think he probably would feel like he could have done better with that one.
Yeah, I think so, James. Yeah, wants to try and get that to the side of the goalkeeper, but straight into the arms of Borean.
Nice footwork by Jafari. Strikers just keeping the ball moving on, and now Kabasi inside. Jafari getting on the end of that again. He's upended, and we could be coming back. The advantage is played, and it's fired back across. And Hawash, I think
it was Hawash there with the important touch. Kabasi does so well again. He loves getting forward, doesn't he? And
keeping the run going.
Just the 1-2 here.
And a clever
no one's near him.
Clever little bit of work by Hasanovic to just not get in the way of that one either.
Yeah.
Once again, you can see plenty of bodies around De Cruz and finding the header for Rena. It was off target, but better safe than sorry. And hoofed clear. Now it's a foot race for the ball. And Johnson just able to get his head underneath it. There's a lunging effort there by Santana. Got ball and all. These challenges are flying in thick and fast.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah, Santana does well there, actually.
We do have a change coming up for Redlands. Looks like it will be the end of the shift for Sumiyoshi. He makes his way off after 85 minutes of fairly industrious work in midfield. this
He's
evening.
had a good game, hasn't he? Yeah, just shaking hands with the referee there as he goes off. He can be satisfied with his evening's work, I think.
I would say so.
Substitution for Redlands United coming up the field, number 19.
Is number 14, Dean Alterio, just to help shore things up.
Yeah, and he's chipped in with a few goals actually in recent weeks, hasn't he? I think he got the winner with Southside Eagles a couple of weeks back, so
Wouldn't he love to get another one tonight?
I'm sure he would.
Find a way through what has been a resolute Redlands backline. So hard to break down and just not enough clear chances.
Yeah, struggling to think of a clear-cut chance the strikers have had, really.
That's about it. And
A couple in the first half with the headers, but
still that trio for Redlands continues to press strikers. We will have another change coming up as well, but in the meantime, they'll just have to go on the defensive as the ball is actually going to find its way back with strikers. As quick switch of play. Wilson sitting towards Farina, and muggy evening. You see the sweat coming off the players there as they head the ball, and free kick now for strikers. Wilson finds himself upended, and Jai just checking on his well-being. So for strikers, if they are going to find a way to get back into it, it feels like it's got to come in the next 60 seconds.
It's got to come now, hasn't it, really? Yeah, if they've got any chance of sort of salvaging something from this game.
And their set-piece taker, Anderson, he's been substituted off. And it will be Njai making his way off as well by the looks of it. We just heard the call of sub from the sideline. Byron McLeod making his way on. So just bringing some fresh legs on to help repel this striker's attack. That free kick was... It's a little bit of a rush of blood as he tried to take it himself.
I think that kind of sums up their evening, doesn't it, that free kick?
Yeah.
Lots of players forward and he's just overhit that.
He's going for goal. And the Cruz is like a wily veteran, just winding down a few extra seconds off the clock.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
rush.
he's learnt that already, hasn't he? Connects that goal. Gets to start up the pitch.
Plenty of power behind that, and that strength of Redland's side really is in that front three as well. And you get the ball to the strength of your team. And he's taking the shot on from range, but it just rolls harmlessly by the post of Borean, and he won't be wasting any time.
It certainly won't.
Played on, and Slaney for a run forward, and get by the Redlands defence as they force him into a heavy touch. I think he might have actually played it off them for the throw-in. Throwing. It falls now, and Jafari swing and a miss, and yeah, as you just said a couple of minutes ago, that
Perhaps that sums it up as well, doesn't it? Yeah.
just hasn't quite clicked for strikers tonight, and Redlands are on their way to a well-earned 3 points.
Yeah, just totally scuffs it.
Kabasi was probably originally hoping that Jafari would have been able to bring it under control, and nothing coming as we have 30 seconds of normal time remaining here. Redlands 2-0 up over strikers. James Coughlin and Adam Cattell with you. minutes of action coming away on this Saturday night feature on FQTV. Broderick able to keep possession. Goes Farina. Trying to kickstart an attack, and Kabasi. Now Wilson looking it in, and beautiful little touch there by Farina, and he's fouled.
Yep.
And we are going to have a penalty. Joel De Cruz picks up another yellow card, and this comes in, and there's a heavy touch from Farina that did just show enough to De Cruz, but Farina got to it first. De Cruz, protest as he might like, there's a whole lot he can really argue with that. So, into stoppage time now, and it will be Jordi Farina. Tries to buy the keeper that felled him. Steps Farina, and he puts it away in the 91st minute, and Strikers have a lifeline.
Yep. Good penalty from Farina. He's had a frustrating afternoon, but he's got his goal. And, you know, I'm not sure how much injury time's left, James, but maybe Strikers can pinch an unlikely point here.
Well, they're going to pretty much have to throw caution to the wind. And Redlands happy to take off a few more seconds. So, the Cardiac Strikers, just like last week, got themselves back to a 1-goal deficit with a late goal. We have a false start on the kickoff. And Langley deciding that the best place for the ball to be is a long way down the other end of the pitch as Broderick.
Yeah, just heads that as it's gone out as well.
This makes it a little bit fascinating now. I feel like we probably should have another minute or so of stoppage time potentially.
A few substitutions, hasn't there? So, yeah, maybe a minute or two, James. Yeah.
And that little coming together as well, where we saw the yellow cards from Ward and Santana. And Redlands getting the relief of the throw-in.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be a long discussion of
I think there will. Who's going to take this? Yeah.
What do you want me to do with it? But now, let's take it down to the corner. That's got to be the message for Redlands United. Moto is Hasanovic with a fairly unceremonious hack down of the Redlands attacker, and I think that would have been what Besija Begovic would have been hoping for.
Yeah, Moto just using all his skill there to just draw the foul, waste a few more seconds. I think we might see a short free kick here, James.
And it was, you know, a defensive mismatch for the Strikers attacker as well.
Absolutely.
Langley taking it to the corner, and he will happily hold it there. We are past 93 minutes now, and it's going to be a Redlands throw-in. They can keep taking the time off. Strikers, they have to get the ball back, but do they have the time to get it down to the other end of the pitch and fashion a chance?
Looking hard for them now, isn't it? Yes, he just leaves this throw in there for O'Brien.
Just anytime they can just take seconds off the clock. It's now back with Strikers. They've got to get it down the other end of the pitch. Launched forward, intercepted well by Redlands. Santana, will he go for goal himself? He'll play it over to that far side, and Broderick forces a save out of Borean, and that surely should be enough for Redlands as it's going out for a corner.
Yeah. Really good stop there from Borean, quick off his line. Was it McLeod, I think, was the player?
McLeod.
Played in, and Borean, look how quick he's off his line there just to shut down that space.
Yeah. Broderick denied, chance to contribute off the bench. I can assure you, there we go, we're back to live action. We're not missing anything with Redlands, just once again discussing their options, and Langley holding it in the corner. And he holds it for long enough, Sam Langley, to secure a huge 3 points for Redlands United at Perry Park. They win thanks to a brace from Rio Emoto. 62nd minute from the penalty spot before a 69th minute cool finish off a Luke Borean errant back pass. And it was Geordie Farina from the penalty spot in the 91st minute that did give strikers a little bit of hope, but they just couldn't get the ball back at the end, Adam Patel.
They couldn't, could they? I mean, yeah, big win here for Redlands. But, you know, the 2 goals, James, they were gifts, really, weren't they? First, the penalty, it's a soft one there with Anderson going through the back of the mouth, so he didn't need to make that foul. And then I think I was singing Burian's praises a few minutes before, and, yeah, unfortunately he's played in and out for the second.
That's it. It is Caboolture next week for strikers. Well, Redlands are at home to Magpies Crusaders United. It is James Coughlin and Adam Patel bidding you good night. We'll be back with some more football later on FQTV.